I'd like to start this video off by saying I am not a financial advisor. Should you choose to invest in Bitcoin or any other asset, to do your own research or seek the advice of an actual financial advisor. Now, last night I was saying that we could end up bouncing around in this wedge a little while longer until we hit the 8K area and then bounce and break out of the falling wedge. However, Bitcoin seemed to have broken out a lot sooner, which it's breaking out. It broke out today. And we are currently at $8,541. Now, this breakout isn't likely to cause us to go too much further up, and the reason being is when the CME futures market opens, there's going to be another gap, and it's going to be roughly in this area. Now, another thing is this pump here caused us to have another spike on the BitMEX funding rate indicator too, so I do expect us to end up having to go back down. Then when we go down, we'll fill this gap, then we may come back down to the 8K area, and that's when we'll get our bounce. Now, of course, do keep in mind, technical analysis is probability. It is not 100%, so there's nobody that's going to call all calls with 100% accuracy, so do keep that in mind. Also, you shouldn't base your trades on what you see on the internet. You should do your own research, or do your own technical analysis or fundamental analysis or any other analysis, or even check the fucking news or whatever you need to do. Do not base your trades solely off of YouTube or off of anybody else. I do need to point out that there's a possibility that we may not drop all the way to 8K. And that is because when this bounce actually coincided with the 20-day EMA, and it seems to have provided enough support to cause us to break out of this falling wedge that we've been in. Now, that futures gap that I mentioned is going to be roughly in this area, so if we do come back down to fill it, we don't necessarily have to go all the way down to the 8K area, because it's above, this futures gap is above the 20-day EMA. So we could just end up bouncing at the 20-day EMA and going back up again. So there's actually two scenarios that can play out here. And I guess we'll just have to wait and see which one does. Okay, so right now I am skimming through news articles, and I happen to see this one right here. Bitcoin saw a mega rejection at 9,200. This right here is why I always say that you should do your own research, and you should do your own technical analysis and everything else too. I mean, if you're trading in any market, always go by what you find out, not by what anybody on the internet says, or anybody else or whatever. You have to be in charge of your assets. You have to make the choices for your trades. You have to do what is best for you. Mega rejection at 9,200. We've been on a slow drop. When it rejected at 9,200, we dropped like 500 or 600 bucks. That is not a mega rejection. And a mega rejection would be what happened at the end of 2018 when Bitcoin plummeted $3,000. That is a mega rejection. This is a minor fucking hiccup. So that's it's insane what you come across on the internet when people. This right here. This is nothing more than someone trying to scare people into selling their Bitcoin. That's all I see right there. No, the bulls should not be worried. We have plenty of strong support below us, and yeah, this is garbage. This is a garbage article. So, let's see what else we have here. Technical formation suggests Bitcoin could undergo a violent surge. Maybe. I mean, we do have the halving coming up, and a pre-run up before the halving has happened before, so I'm not sure what this is really talking about, but that's what I'm seeing. What do we get? What else we got? A stronger foundation for Bitcoin ETF applications. I think there was something about that Bitcoin should not be having any sort of ETF until after it reaches $150,000. I think somebody said that. I forget who it was, but you can research that if you want to find more on it. The dark side of becoming the next Bitcoin. Okay, let's go to this one. If it loads. Is it going to load? There we go. dark side of becoming the next Bitcoin. This, I did read this news article, and it brings up a lot of good points. If you haven't heard anything about how altcoins that have really no history or anything like that, how they end up getting listed on their exchanges, you know what they actually have to give up to get on those exchanges. Hold on, I'm gonna find what I read earlier. That okay, it's no secret. Claims he was asked for 3. Yeah, right here is a good example. The king-making ability of centralized exchanges is no secret. The CEO of Digibyte claims he was asked for $300,000 plus 3% of his 58th ranked altcoin's entire coin supply to get listed on Binance. That is fucking insane. Like, it is. It's terrible what people have to go, what these altcoins have to go through just to get their product out, because these centralized exchanges, they will take anything they can get, it seems like. I mean, because, and this is a good point here too, the demands made of the hold on, no, that's not the point I was trying to make. There was something else here, right here. Pierce says the saturation of centralized exchanges is making matters worse. Over 1,500 exchanges now compete for the same territory. As that number increases, the desperation of each rises accordingly. That's why like Bybit is offering this $300 bonus, and these exchanges, they offer some off-the-wall shit to get more people onto their exchanges, because there is a lot. I mean, there is a fuck ton of competition out there. I'm gonna leave the link to this particular article in my description below so that you can read it. This provides a lot of information that you may not have known before. So yeah. With that, I think that's all I got for you guys today. I will see you all next time.